in Alger Institute of Engineering and Technology in Department of Electronics and Communication. This video is about subject Analog and Digital Communication System. In the last video, we learned about the generation of the FM. The generation of the FM that consists of the two methods, the direct FM and the indirect FM. The direct method of the FM generations are reactance modulator and the varactor diode. Now, the types of the FAT reactance modulator. There are the three arrangements of the FAT reactance modulator. According to the variable reactance and the variable capacitance circuitry, the RC inductive circuit, RC capacitive circuit, RC inductive circuit, RL inductive circuit and RL capacitive circuit. So now, here we can see the diagram of the FAT reactance modulator and the equivalent value of the reactance, the inductance value that we observed, at the output end. Another, this is the diagram of this is the arrangement for the RL circuitry and the inductive circuitry, and we have the L equivalent value. So these two are the circuitry, that is the RC and the RL inductive circuitry. The RL capacitive circuit. RL capacitive circuit, that provides us the equivalent capacitance value. So these three arrangements that can be used with the FAT reactance modulator. Now, what are the advantages of the direct FM generation? As we have seen that in the detail, this is the very simple kind of the modulator. Only by changing the reactance parameter, we are able to change the oscillator frequency and we can produce the FM wave. Another thing, that is the low cost. So this way, these are the advantages, and the disadvantage, that is over here we are using the LC oscillator, but the frequency provided by using the LC oscillator, that's not stable, and that is why it is not used for the communication or the broadcast purpose. So the reason is we need to use the crystal oscillator to control the frequency, and after using the crystal oscillator and we can use the PLL, we can produce the automatic frequency control scheme. So these are the various advantages as well as the disadvantages of the direct FM generation. The other method, that is to produce the output using the modulator, that is the transistor reactance modulator. This transistor reactance modulator circuit consists of the two different circuits. The one circuit, that is the oscillator circuit, and other circuit, that is the reactance modulator. Here you can see that onto the base of the transistor Q1, the audio frequency AF in, that is the modulating signal, is applied. By applying the modulating signal to the base of the transistor Q1, the reactance of the transistor that may be varied, so that the capacitance value across the transistor Q1 that can be varied. So now here you can see that over this particular the reactance modulator, the capacitance value that can be changed, and by changing this capacitance value we can produce the change in the output frequency. So it's the RC oscillator circuit and the reactance modulator circuit provides us the change in the frequency of the oscillator. So it is the RC capacitive reactance modulator, the Hartley, Colpitts or the Clapp oscillators are popularly used. The RFC is connected in the circuit, are used as the isolator, and that will isolate the various points of the circuit for us the voltages but provides a DC path. What is the operation? It consists of the two circuits. One is the oscillator and other is the transistor reactance modulator. Modulating signal where it is applied onto the base of the transistor Q1, and according to the amplitude of the modulating signal, the reactance offered by the transistor Q1 that will be changed. The modulating signal you are changing the reactive component of the transistor that can be changed. So Q1 that acts as a capacitive reactance and equivalent to a variable capacitance, and between across the output of the transistor Q1, okay, the terminal 1 and 2, we can have the variable capacitance. So variable capacitance appears across the oscillator tuned circuit and produces the FM wave at the output. Okay, so this way the we will found, okay, the output in this kind of the transistor based circuitry. Now the frequency stabilized FM generator. Now as we know that the reactance modulator that will don't give us the accurate frequency, so that is why they cannot be used in the broadcasting applications. So now to get the stabilized frequency at the high frequency, we must go for the frequency stabilized FM generator. Here we have the reactance modulator. We can apply the modulating signal to the reactance modulator. So the reactive parameter that can be changed. It is given to the LC master oscillator. It will again gives you the change in the LNC component and will produces the some frequency change as the output. It is given to the buffer and the limiter circuit, which provides us the output, that is the FM output. It is given to the class C amplifier and it will amplify the output and the transmitted via the transmitting antenna. But the few portion of the FM output, that is given to the mixer. Okay, that is given to the mixer. So now the mixer having the two input, the one is the FM output and another one that is the crystal oscillator. So the mixer will produce the output that can be either the Fs minus Fo, sum or the difference of the two signal. So now we are considering the one of the signal output and given it is to the IF amplifier, it is given to the phase discriminator. So according to the change in the frequency drift, okay, the phase discriminator will produce the output and it is given to the reactance modulator. So we can say that the phase discriminator output that depends on to the sum or the difference output that can be produced by the mixer. So this way the frequency stabilized FM generator produces the output. The next is the reactance modulator are used for the generation of the frequency modulation. The reactance modulator do not have a very good frequency stability. So it is not used for the broadcast application. So it must be have the high frequency stability. So high frequency stability that must be gained by the use through the frequency stabilized reactance modulator. So this way the frequency stabilized FM generator gives us the frequency stability for the high frequency, and then it can be used for the broadcasting purpose. Next is the effect of the mixing on the FM wave. Now the mixing and the multiplication of the two frequency that plays an important role in the communication. So now we have a mixer. What it will do? It will mix the two frequency. One is the FM wave and another one I have the local oscillator. What is my FM wave? That FM wave means the change in the carrier frequency. So FC is the carrier frequency and delta F, that is the deviation. So it is the FC plus or minus delta F. The local oscillator frequency, that is the F0. Fine. So here we have the output. It's a FC plus or minus delta F plus FO. So now my new center frequency is what? So it's a FC plus F0. And what is the deviation? Deviation is the delta F. So there is no change in the modulation index MF. So this kind of the mixing of the two frequency that can be used in the frequency modulation. Another is the effect of multiplication on the FM wave. So multiplication, for that the frequency multiplier is used. So we have the FM wave, it is carrier frequency J. So FC plus or minus delta F, and using this frequency multiplier multiplied by the N that can be used, we can generate the FM wave with the center frequency NFC. The deviation is equal to N delta F, and modulation index is what? That is the NMF. So it will change. Okay, so this is the effect of the mixing and the multiplication onto the FM wave. It is the cross bi-direct FM transmitter. Cross bi-direct FM transmitter. In case of the direct FM transmitter, the frequency of the carrier that can be directly proportional to the change in the modulating signal voltage. So now we can also go for the use of the crystal oscillator. Here we are not able to use the crystal oscillator because if we want to change the frequency of that, then it cannot be changed. So that is why it can affect onto the performance of the FM transmitter. So here we can go for the cross bi-direct FM transmitter. The modulating signal is applied to the frequency modulator. It is given to the multiplier. So now this will multiply by the 3, multiply 2, multiply 3. So 3 3s are 9, multiplied by 2, it's 18. So the carrier frequency that can be changed by multiplying the 18. So here suppose you have a 5.1 megahertz frequency. At the output we can have the 5.1 multiplied by the 18. It is the 91.8 megahertz. So you can see that here we are able to change the frequency value, and it is given to the power amplifier, and it is amplified by the transmitting antenna. Similarly, over here the another circuit is there that we can take the output of the FM wave, we can apply to the mixer, and by applying that output to the mixer circuitry, we may change the phase of the signal and we can produce the output. Okay, so this way the cross by direct FM transmitter that can be also used. Now the direct FM transmitter using the PLL. Now here we have the input, that is the theta I. Okay, now modulating signal MT is there. Now the modulating signal, the filter input is what? So filter, low pass filter input is the combination of the phase detector and the modulating signal MT output. At that time, the output of this PLL that remain constant. Now wherein this low pass filter output, the VCO frequency offered that can be changed. So due to that, the phase that can be also changed. So this way, using the direct FM transmitter, we are able to change the phase. So it is the PLL, phase log loop. Okay, so this way we can use the various direct method for generating the frequency modulated output. So thank you very much everyone.